B's our enemy, and I'm coming for you.
How do you think Bake's doing this morning?
Good. Honestly, somewhat on time. Just got 3 minutes, but we knew it was going to be 6:20. I haven't had a good tea in a while, and it feels good to be back.
Really?
It really does. Yeah, I feel like a moron.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's exactly what I'm supposed to feel like. I actually thought about it. I don't think the GOAT has ever made an appearance on Strapped, so it's only fitting.
Really?
That this AAA...
Tallahassee? No, that was the Chin.
The I-10 corridor.
Yeah.
That was a good look, though. And I'm excited about Randy's Major League stash. I mean, I think people are going to take him seriously.
Bake, you ready to go today?
I am ready to go.
Look at Peter Sellers.
Yeah, today's gonna be a good one. Get to play golf with my guy, Chris Welsh. Been listening to him for a long, long time, so big thrill to play some golf with him.
Let's do it.
All right.
Either of you boys ever been to the Wigwam?
No. What difference between a wigwam and a teepee? I want to take a look at what that actually is real quick. Wigwams are more permanent structures.
Oh, interesting.
Wigwams often took days to build, whereas teepees could often be disassembled and reassembled elsewhere in a matter of a few hours.
So we're kind of going into their house today.
Yeah, this seems like this is a road game. We're built to last.
Pack a lunch, boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you guys match? Neil's pants are black. Are those black?
Yeah, these are black.
I think a lighter black. I think that's a pretty good effort, I think.
I mean,
I didn't
shirts.
have, I guess I didn't bring black pants.
I guess. All right.
Chris, it was public course, be very clear about that, but hosted us in a way. It seemed like he was a man about town over at Wigwam.
Getting to spend time with Chris today didn't disappoint. It was a real treat. Somebody I've been listening to for 30 years, 100 times a year. It's kind of weird to meet somebody like that who I felt like I've known in a way, right? And obviously he doesn't know me, but he was super gracious. We could ask him any question, baseball, about his career, about the game at large. And he's a hell of a golfer too, which I did know.
Well, nice to see you,
Nice
man.
to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm
this
Neil.
is Neil.
Neil, how you doing? Me and my friend Chuck Lawler.
Tim.
We were roommates with the Yankees, winter ball.
Oh, wonderful.
Got traded together, the whole deal.
We always play like the one-up tee, but we can, whatever you guys are comfortable with.
The Blues are all right. I can shoot 105 from anywhere.
Oh, no, I don't believe that for a second.
Oh, this looks great.
This is a pretty cool course. You guys know anything about the history of this course?
Well, our guy Bob in the men's locker room was telling us Tom Lehman came in and redid this course.
Yeah.
Took a bunch of bunkers out.
This this course hosts a pretty popular tournament, college All-American tournament called the Patriot All-American between Christmas and New Year. They bring in the 80 best college golfers. Last couple of years they brought in the 80 best female college golfers. They've got a flyover because the Air Force Base, Luke Air Force Base, is about a half a mile away. You're going to hear all the F-35s and F-18s taking off here in a little while. It's pretty cool.
We're trying to avoid Neil's what we call his F-15 drive.
I got an F-15 ball off the tee. Sometimes it goes about 100 yards and it banks hard right. Sometimes the Strap Boys, we do well in controlled environments and around, friendlies, Dom being an example. Kind of showed up early. We were rushing, which is a theme of this, season of Strapped.
Shout out our guy Bob in the locker room, giving us the course history when we were like 3 minutes from the tee.
He was like, Bob, we gotta go. And we rolled into the first tee. We hadn't touched the club.
Well, those guys didn't really want to walk, which they were good sports.
But not only that, we show up at this place. It's like a really nice looking, big facility, and we got dumb facial hair, and we're wearing matching outfits, and it's like,
that's tough.
I think Chris caught on pretty quick, but I don't think Tim was. I think he was like, "What? We're gonna walk?" And like, "What? You guys are idiots." Like, I don't want to walk.
To be a fly on the wall with Tim talking to Chris afterwards, that would have been funny.
And then of course we get into a money game with a couple of ex-pro ball players,
and they're intense.
And then we get that this happened before, where you get to that first green, and it's like, hey, I got about a 3.5 footer, and it's like, oh, that one's good. It's like, well, we kind of hit cups on the show.
All right.
Okay.
Have you missed one of those in 2 years?
Well, we hit cups until it's part of the show, but so I don't want to. You guys
I like that.
You guys, we gotta hit cups. because we're kind of chasing this mega bonus, which we can explain to you in a minute. So then as the round goes on, you get stuck in purgatory a little bit, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna finish that. It's like, you're uncomfortable over it, but like, these guys are gonna hate me if I step off and mark.
Right.
So I'm not making excuses, but I would be lying if I said that doesn't play a role in,
Of course.
5-putting.
Of course.
So, but I did 5-putt. Hand up on that.
Look at this.
Oh, man, that rips hard. God, dude.
All right. So you guys win the press.
Cool.
How we liking those wigwam greens?
Man.
Hey, let me ask you, are you nervous at all? This is gotta be kind of a big deal.
Neil always makes fun of me. The most nervous I've ever been was talking to Bomani Jones.
Right.
So it's not on that level, but yes, I'm nervous. This is like total fanboy moment for me. This my guy, Crafty Lefty. I mean, I've been listening to him for years and years. This is awesome.
So we turned the radio on and we were listening to some music, rock and roll music. All night DJ comes on and says, well, the Yankees just made a trade with the Padres, and he names the names, and Lalo and I are in the trade.
Both of you heard.
So we get out the phone book, look up the radio station's number, call him up, and say, would you repeat that? Who was in the trade? And he said, who is this? He said, I said, this is Chris Welsh. And he said, oh, you just got traded. So it was an all-night FM DJ that broke the news to me.
Oh God, that's so
That is
thin.
gonna work out. Bounce through there.
Yeah, jump up. Jump up.
Welcome to the Wigwam Sand Trap.
Oh.
Heads up. Settle down.
That sand is hard.
All right, it's in the ballpark.
God, that sand was 3. Listen, we made 8 yesterday on hole 1.
That's true.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's actually
Great shot, Randy.
A lot of effusive praise for the process coming out of round 1. How do we think that we carried the process into round 2?
Well, I think a key learning with the process, to your point, is it starts with preparation like before the round even. So if you were to take our golf round, we didn't have a think box,
Yes,
right?
that's
we
well said in the macro
immediately,
sense.
yeah, we went immediately into the play box, and then that bleeds into the actual hitting of golf shots. All right.
You know, you're absolutely right. My body feels like a stranger right now. So,
I think that's fine,
and that's fine.
and that's okay.
We just need to figure out not so much what feel, like what part of my game, you know, just gotta manufacture some points early, find something.
Yeah. We didn't do a great job with it. Like straight up, we just gotta call it as it is.
I'm excited to refine my process. Definitely overcomplicated my process.
Sure.
Too many things going on, but we're at Wigwam. I did simplify the process to almost fit the environment I was in. I was like, all right, I can't do all this like stuff, right? It's got to be a little bit more just like, all right, let's just do the fingies, you know, just get the fingies moving. Like, it's got to be a little more subtle,
Yeah.
right? Or else you're just going to look like a jamoke out there.
Right.
And we don't want that. No.
Well, no, we would never look like jamokes. You and me?
God. Oh, finish, sorry. Yikes. Not the 3-putt we needed. You know, it was very difficult. They had some small, severe greens, pretty long, probably one of the longer courses we played on
It
Strap.
was, yeah, like 6,800. They watered the hell of it. So it was really wet. Like it hadn't rained, but they watered the hell out of it. The greens were super
It's
firm.
a little alarming how green it was.
Sure.
If you look at like how dry my lips are right now.
But yeah, those greens, man, I mean, I'm not sure you ever figured out the
No,
greens.
I struggle with the putter, especially after the day before I couldn't miss. Again, golf is a humbling game.
Yeah.
You never the same 2 days in a row.
Nice putt.
All right, well, we got work to do.
Can I give you guys some tough love?
Yeah.
This is abhorrent. You guys, there's no joy.
Yeah, you're right.
I know. I'm not gonna argue with you there.
What do you want me to put on the card?
6.
This is a time like we're playing in an empty gym. Truly we got to create our own energy. That's a good one.
There he is.
A world become one of salads and sun. Only a fool would say that. A boy with a plan, a natural man, wearing a white Stetson hat.
Wigwam, really, this is a happy place.
Yeah. Well, Neil and I got to turn it into a happy place. We're struggling a little bit here early.
You know, I'm going to fix Neil. I noticed a couple of things, you know, first few holes, and
I'm coachable.
As a professional analyst, I'm going to tell him, you know, got to keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
That always works.
It just couldn't be, and only a fool would say that.
Double.
The man in the street, dragging his feet, don't want to hear the bad news.
I know the story, and it absolutely tickles me every time it's referenced. You got to talk about the Major League record you hold. Most consecutive pickoff attempts to first base.
Which will now never be broken.
Right, because there's a rule.
They have a rule now.
As Mike mentioned early on, Welsh does not have a good move to first base.
My very first game as a Red. Now, keep in mind that I'm from Cincinnati. I signed as a minor league invitee to spring training.
And another throw. McGay waits.
And I get called up, and now I'm pitching against the Cardinals on a Saturday afternoon in May, and I walk Vince Coleman to start the game off. And I knew
It's
Vince,
the leadoff hitter.
the leadoff hitter of the game.
There's another throw over there. Really, all that throw did was allow Coleman a little breather.
So I walk him, and I told myself, don't walk this guy no matter what, because he was leading the league in stolen bases, and he just loved to run. He was a very good player, good, really fast. So I knew he was going to steal because I pitched against him a lot.
Throws over there again. How many is that? Wish I kept track.
I lost track a long time ago.
So I threw over like 21 times. Pete Rose is playing first base, getting the ball back, throwing it back, and he steals second base on the 22nd time.
There goes Coleman. The pitch is a strike, and it's a stolen base.
At what point were you like, I mean, you had to know that was ridiculous. Like, what was your thinking?
Well,
like, did you think you were going to get him each time?
after about 9 or 10 throwovers, I just heard this cacophony of boos coming from the hometown fans.
Really isn't much fun, is it? Watching him throw over there. Ought to change the rules.
Here I am making my major league debut with the Reds, not major league debut, my Reds debut, and I had family there, had friends there, and I just didn't want to give up a stolen base. So, you know, they were booing the heck out of me. The only people that weren't booing were the concessionaires. I mean, they sold a lot of beer during that at bat.
2 out in the inning, 1 hit in the inning, and it's taken about 15 minutes.
I end up picking him off later in the game. I think I went 8 innings, lost the game 2-1.
And it truly will never be broken unless they go back and change the rules someday.
Everybody's got to have a record of some kind.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, good swing.
Wow.
Boys, how's the update looking here?
That's not great.
We're behind schedule.
Yeah, Neil had a 43, 13 quota points, so he's gonna need 20 on the back to reach his. I had a 47, 8 quota points, so I'm gonna need 17 on the back to reach mine.
Wow, Chris.
20, we can go get 20.
And we gotta remember the points are $3. Let's just not let it get too expensive. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh. Go in. Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
Chris, question for you. Was there a hitter that you were terrified of? Guy that had your number?
Hitter or hitters?
What? You take that anywhere you want.
The one guy I was actually terrified of was Jack Clark, because he would stand in the on-deck circle and practice his swing, and you could hear him. I mean, whoosh, whoosh, and he's looking out at you, and he had these like cold eyes. Oh, that's actually going to turn out to be
I was just going to
a
say.
low liner.
Yeah, not going to hurt you one bit.
Were a lot of people corking back in the...
We had guys that were traveling with drill presses, because what you do, you take a 3/8 inch hole out of the top of the bat, you have to drill it down, I think 18 inches or something, then you pound cork in there, you know, one after another, and then you have to cap it so that a real quick glance, it would look like grain of the bat.
Did you ever juice up the baseball in your day?
I threw one spitball and went 450 feet. So I decided not to do that anymore. Come on, come on.
Cashy.
Ding, 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 ding. My hero.
Let's go.
My
There we
hero.
go. Come on.
Give me some, man.
We needed it.
Come on, boys.
Come on, Randy. I still took a lot away from that round. Like, I thought we both dug it out of the dirt a little bit on the back nine.
Our games were on the backfield. We were not going to break camp with the major league team, but I think we still did a good job of, one, being professional, representing ourselves in the organization well, and bringing energy and bringing professionalism to the game, which I think is kind of walking around the facility is like, that's a little bit of what they're trying to tease out of these minor leaguers too.
Man. All right, 5.
Oh, Chris.
Get
Be a
away
good
with
miss.
it. Get away with it.
Jump up there.
Get away with it.
Oh, come on.
Come all the way back
That's
down.
the crafty
I'm
left-hander.
practicing my 80-year-old stroke right there. I'm going to be tough in the super senior division.
Dude.
That's points.
Are you fucking with me with these Miss Shorty?
No, it's a problem. Sorry. My process still feels good.
It's just jarring.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. Go in.
Oh,
Boy,
that's
really
such a
nice.
good putt.
That's really a good putt. Oh, that is about perfect.
That's really good.
Nice hands.
That's really good.
Take it away.
Good par.
Good par.
He's made one.
Oh, that's perfecto. Look at that little shape.
What excites you the most about the Reds this year?
I think from last year, they lost 100 games last year. So they need incremental progress. And they've got some terrific young players. That's what excites me. I'd much rather see a rebuild that includes top-notch prospects than a rebuild where you keep hearing from the front office, our best prospects are in A-ball. I think these guys are on the cusp right now, so I'm really excited.
Well, if you're excited, I'm excited.
What other choice you have, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's a
It's
different kind of
springtime, right? This is the time for hope and optimism.
Smell the grass, right?
Yeah.
That's a point.
That's a point. I believe that's my quota
Way to go.
on the number.
And that one moved.
Dodged one.
We dodged it again. Hey, enjoyed it, man. It was fun, really.
Tim, thank you so much for playing with us. Yeah.
He did strike me as a guy that even after 31 years, still getting joy out of the game. Right? He was excited. You know, you ask him a good question, he's excited for a good answer. You know, somebody that watches every single game, you know, every single pitch and talks about every single pitch, I find it really engaging to break down baseball with. That was a lot of fun.
Where are we headed?
Well, we're going to the Reds Goodyear Spring Training Complex. Chris is going to show us around, you know, the spring training site. So I don't know if we're gonna get like a clubhouse tour, you know, facilities. I think we're gonna see some backfields, see some minor leaguers working, you know, just doing drills.
A couple of professionals just, you know, trying to glean some stuff.
Mr. Glean is back.
Yeah, the gleaning lady's gonna be got an appointment here today.
I think the hope was we were gonna hang by the fence and maybe get called into a drill.
Yeah.
What's a dream scenario, Randy? Let's manifest something here.
You know, I picture Neil and I with our fingers on the fence behind the plate. You know, the coach turns to us and say, hey, you know, you guys want to get out there, field a couple grounders? Like, let's see your arm to first.
I mean, I'd be happy to step into the cage, squash the bug. You know, I got an eye for a belt high groover. You know, can probably lay off the off-speed stuff. That's going to be tough. That's one of those, like, lay in bed, like, wow, what are they calling me?
Right.
You know, like, practice is over, and these guys are throwing each other, like, fly balls, you know, like playing 500. What did they call us in for 500?
Exactly.
Listen, we definitely dressed for the job we wanted today.
Yeah.
Brought our gloves. We were quickly executed in a pretty painless way in the parking lot.
It's just going to be a no. It's going to be a no for them.
It was an immediate no. You cannot do drills. Yeah, there's probably visitors every day, so they have a lot of like, hey, we can't just have randos coming out and taking BP. Like, that's not what we're doing here, okay? But
this is a serious operation.
Yeah, like there's hundreds of millions of dollars that have been poured into this organization. Like, no, you can't take BP. You can't hit off the pitch machine. No, you can't do that.
What were we thinking?
I don't know.
We're not in the right spot.
No, we weren't in the right spot.
But so I was just out west, and we almost feel like these baseball players are like a herd of elk. Like our guy there, we're like, hey, we're looking for the Reds training facilities. Like, oh yeah, they're over there. Don't know if they're out today. It's like, you know, I saw them earlier on the far fence, you know, but it's kind of unpredictable, you know. Who can say?
Oh yeah, I see some elk here.
They are.
You know where there's a few, there's many.
Cones out.
Oh, God, I love a good cone set. Do we bring our glove?
Definitely.
I know it's cliche, but to be able to get that close to professional ball players and to watch them go through like the fundamental drills of the game, I got a big kick out of that.
My favorite ones, favorite things I saw were the catcher drill, where the catchers were facing the other direction and they just waited for like the pop of the machine, and they had to find the ball like a dead, you know, vertical pop.
And the coach trying to aim it towards the fence, you know, give them something to think about.
Hey, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here you go. Get up against the fence.
I don't want to impact the play. You know, like what was that Orioles game?
Steve Bartman.
Yeah. And just to confirm, it's more the catcher calling the game, not the pitcher.
It's both. Okay. I mean, pitcher is the one that's going to arbitration, right? So if I don't think I can throw a fastball by this guy, I'm going to shake you until I get a breaking pitch.
Yeah, what is it with baseball and facial hair?
Boy, I wish I knew. You know, when I was 19 years old, I was asked to throw batting practice to the Big Red Machine. And I put my uniform on, getting ready to go out on the field, and George Scherger was one of the coaches for Sparky Anderson, and he stopped me and said, young man, he says, you're not allowed to be on the field in that uniform with that mustache. And I said, well, show me a razor blade.
How would you grade how the boys did this week for spring training, facial hair wise?
These guys?
Yeah.
Oh, they're a clean look. I mean, you know, Big Randy here looks like he probably should be pitching back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. God, that's a compliment.
You know, probably with a funky, you know, left-handed motion way across his body, like coming here at you like that, and then maybe wearing his cap a little crooked, you know, just so that the hitter never really feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And he'd probably be the kind of guy that throw the first couple against the backstop, you know, just to get everybody loose. I'm like, oh my God, can this guy even see the plate? So. Now, Neil, on the other hand, looks like a legit athlete. Yeah. I mean, looks like a guy
kind of a third baseman.
Third base, a shortstop, you know, quick, probably a stolen base guy. But he tries so hard that he probably has a hard time with the breaking ball. And I think he could probably turn on the high fastball, but he'd chase stuff inside here and he'd jam himself, and then he'd start chasing the breaking ball, and that's probably the way I go after him.
This screams, I can't hit a curve. That's exactly what I'm putting a message out there.
Dear Mom, I'm coming home. They're throwing me curveballs. Luke,
Hey,
these guys are.
do you?
Yeah,
What's up? He's been telling us how big a golfer you are.
I listen to the show all the time.
Awesome. We'll have to do
You
it.
over there, but I didn't recognize this little piece going on.
And then we ran into a catcher.
Sure did.
Luke Maley, who somehow was a fan of the boys.
He seems like he's a golf sicko.
Yeah.
which was awesome.
I think best stick in the organization.
Corky.
Corky.
Corky?
Corky with a K.
Corgi.
It's not a dog.
That's what we heard from our guy Corky.
Oh no, we're leaving that one in.
It's Corky. You know, Wahlberg, come on.
Yeah, Corky said, don't get in a money game with Luke.
And so then he comes over the fence and we kind of like touch fingies, which was weird, but cool. And then he's like, hold on, I gotta go hit. He went out and just started going yard. And like 2 of his last 3, it was just like, oh my God. And that's a deep drive to left.
And they bring in guys in the summer. Like we ran into Barry Larkin, Hall of Fame shortstop.
That was probably the highlight of the day.
Yeah.
What a legend. That guy was like immediately like, oh, you guys play golf? Man, I suck at golf, but let me tell you a couple golf stories right now. So shout out to Barry Larkin. He looks like he's truly 33 years old.
Looks like he could be the opening day shortstop.
100%. I was like, I asked Chris, I was like, how old is he? He's like, oh, he's in his 50s. I mean, good. Are you serious? You could have convinced me he was on the team.
It's different. It is different. I'm assuming, I mean, I'm terrible at golf, but I'm assuming it's different on hole 18 than it is on hole number 1 when there's whatever's on the line, right?
Yes.
As we were just talking about, it's like not everyone can be a closer. I mean, you know, lefty.
Yeah.
And for me, if we're expecting these kids to come to win at the big league level, they need to know what that feels like.
Yeah. It was really interesting too, hearing, again, a Hall of Fame baseball player talk about how nervous he's been on the first tee
at a charity event,
at a charity golf tournament, right? And just, I think to your point, like golf again being the equalizer, right?
It's so true. Like I got a friend who's like maybe the most put together guy I know. Terrible at golf, and we went out. He invited me to go to a course with him where he had like reciprocity, and we had to take caddies. And I thought, like truly, I thought he was gonna like faint from being like, are they just gonna walk with us the whole time? I was like, yeah, it's all good, dude. You know, like it doesn't matter who you are. Like golf makes you feel uncomfortable, and I think that's awesome. That's one of my favorite things about the game, is it'll bring together like people that excel in all this other stuff, and they'll come to a golf course and feel like they'll feel really like shitty about themselves.
Yeah. Like Larkin was, I guess he was playing with Tiger one time, and Tiger's giving him
Griffey. No, he's playing with Griffey.
Griffey, and then they joined up with Tiger, and Tiger's giving him a bunch of shit about, I guess Larkin so nervous in front of Tiger, shanks one. And,
come on, Lark.
Yeah.
Come on, Lark.
And he's just like, man, you want to go over to the baseball field? Like, that's where I'm comfortable.
Say, hey, you want to go out and hit a fastball with Nolan Ryan? Then tell me you're an athlete.
Yeah.
Is there any players that we could get on camera that would help with the debt? You know, send a cameo your way, something like that. I'll go ask him to say, hey, can you say hi to my boss, Solly? Will you say hi to him?
Maybe an autograph?
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Joey Votto.
I'm sure you guys are big autograph guys.
If you get a personal video from Joey Votto, that's my favorite baseball player, favorite professional athlete of all time.
Good to know.
Here he is. It's my guy. Should I show my Votto for Prime Minister shirt now?
Watch out, Trudeau. So what is it about Votto that you appreciate?
That's a great question, and there's a lot. I think it starts with I just, like probably among the foremost people in the world who like work at their craft, which I, nothing but respect for.
Singular focus.
Yeah. I think he's like kind of brilliant, he's a genius in what he does.
Yeah.
So he's always super interesting to listen to with respect to baseball, hitting the baseball. And honestly, there's some personal stuff too, he went through early in his career, his dad passed away, and he really struggled with like anxiety, took some time off from baseball, and I was at a point in my life where, career change and honestly like dealing with anxiety for the first time as well. And I don't know, just the way he handled it and was open about speaking about it, I really respected that. So it's just fun to kind of see him evolve on and off the field. You know, I've kind of seen the full arc of his career from breaking into the big leagues, being an MVP, and now he's, you know, he's on the tail end of it. And it's just, I don't know, it feels like a ride, you know, like a ride that I've been on.
You come up with him.
Yeah.
He's been a bit of a constant in your life for 20 years.
Exactly. He's just one of those guys, like, you know, the Reds have had a lot of lousy seasons through the years, but if I turn on the TV, I always know I'm gonna get 4 at-bats with Joey Votto where he is absolutely grinding.
He's locked in.
Like, he never gives away an at-bat over 162 games. And it's just, God, it's impressive.
And gotta be cool for you to see that, like, even Votto has a little dessert, you know? They rolled out the basketball rack, and he's, you know, he's like, let me get a few J's in just to reward myself, like a little fun shoot around, cool down.
Kind of cool for you to chop it up with him about basketball too.
It was cool. Yeah. Impressed with the form as well. Yeah. No, fuck off. Yeah, no. It was cool to make that connection. You know, you just say the right thing, and it's, you know, just instantly grabbed the attention. And yeah, we were able to talk about basketball. I was telling him about, you know, I played growing up. I was a shooter, and he's like, oh, that's really cool, man.
And he asked, like, what do you think of my form?
Right.
I like it.
He's like, I love basketball. I was like, who's your favorite team? Yeah, it was really cool. So that was a big thrill.
How we do?
It was amazing.
What a great day.
I mean, besides getting like totally cool manned by my, you know, one of my sporting idols, couldn't have asked for a better.
Honestly, listen, he doesn't know you.
Yeah, that's true, and that was a tough spot for him.
Anything that was authentic.
Yeah,
like true. That's exactly what you're looking for out of him.
That's true.
I haven't had the baseball bug like that since 7th, 8th grade.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We got. I'm itching to throw the
That's
ball
what
around.
I'm saying. I kind of want to go have a catch.
So it was like, let's go get our gloves, get to a field, and let's have like a little practice of our own.
How many getting seeds? Oh.
Hold this. I'll go get some seeds.
All right, Schuster, let's get one. Get one. We're going to one. Good footwork, Schuster. I played all over. I'd grown up short, and then into like junior high, high school, a little bit of second, a little bit of third, a little bit of first, pitching, of course.
We're gonna have to make this big man work. We came over here, and place was locked, but they had low fences. And you know what we did? We kind of said, like, it feels very American to be able to just come out on a baseball diamond, a public park, and we're not vandalizing anything. It still feels like America, where you're like, yeah, man, like, I know it's locked, but it's a baseball field. Come on, like, I'm not, you know, taking a Shartsky in the outfield.
I got it. No.
You gotta like the, come on now. Go to the snack bar if you want to be a hot dog.
Hey, I got it. Hey, one down, in the air.
Oh, first step back. I'll never learn that rule. Oh, we gave him the dough? We gave him the dough?
I think as a coach, I'm putting Neil at shortstop. I'm putting Randy at first.
Love it.
I feel really good about rolling that out. I'll play second as a player coach.
Sure. I know you really didn't get to see me pitch, but if I could pitch a little on my, you know, every now and again, that makes me really happy. Here comes some little kids rolling up, looking to play some baseball.
Hell yeah.
Coming in on their bikes.
Better get out of here. I don't think we can be around this field with you with that mustache. There's a bunch of little kids rolling in.
Yeah, I don't want to catch a charge.
Let's get out of here.
Come on, let's go.